Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to an early morning on Ravenport. And as you can see, we are weeding because, well, all of our fields pretty much had weeds in them. But we do have the cornfield has been weeded and field number 6 has been weeded. I'm over here just doing this headland to help out the worker just a little bit. I'm going to send him on a worker. I am doing a contract over in field number 11, harvesting oats. And we got to bring that to the ranch. I've only basically got maybe like 15,000 liters in the combine harvester when this guy finished in field 6, so I came over here and started doing this. Yeah, and the chicken farm has been seeded. I need to fertilize that. I got the Massey Ferguson down there with our slurry spreader ready to go. And yeah, we got tons of silage to sell. I don't know if I'll do it in this episode or not. The bunker silo was ready like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I would say. I did load up a little bit in our trailer, and I took it over to the barn just to see if it would sell or not, because if it didn't sell, I wanted to start selling at the biogas plant so I can start processing that 1,000,000 liters of silage that we got. And yes, it sold at the barn, so we can sell silage. You don't need bales to sell at the barn. You can sell it directly from a trailer. I don't want to sell the silage right away and just get the money and start spending it, because the price at the barn is, it's okay. It's like at $2.95. So yeah, I'm gonna just wait out the day. We may even just wait out until the price is good, because we do have another bunker at the BGA that we could use in a day or two when that corn's ready. And yeah, we might as well wait until the price is good, right? I have seen it. Well, I mean, if it's equal to 360 or whatever, that'd be great. I have seen it in the low 400s once in a while at the barn, which would be even better because we would get like $400,000 from 1,000,000 liters. So yeah, we're just going to hold on to that until it's ready, because, well, there's been no update to FS19 yet, referencing the BGA problem where we're not getting $360 per 1,000 liters. We're just getting the $200 per 1,000 liters. So yeah, what did I just say for 100,000 liters? Yeah, 200 per 1,000 liters. I don't know if I said 100,000. I have no idea. It's early morning on the farm. What do you want from me? Also, I did mention about the egg pallets that the new version was out. So I downloaded the new version, which was supposed to be 1.0.4, I think, where it says you can now buy the extra pallet, the pallet that won't disappear in the store. So I downloaded the mod, and I noticed when I was loading up the game, the mod is actually only version 1.03, and I do not see the extra pallet in the store. So I don't know if they loaded up the wrong file on ModHub, meaning he thought he uploaded version 1.04 and said he loaded up 1.03. But yeah, right now there is no reusable pallet yet, so I'll have to look more into that myself. Not that it matters, we can still buy the pallets for $25 and sell the eggs when needed. Alright, now that I got the headland done, it should help him out just a little bit on this side. I don't think I helped him out last time. Not that I needed much help. I also have overnight, while... Oh, he's going to turn his lights on. Okay. I have fixed a lot of things. Repaired a lot of things. Refueled a lot of things. Here's our combine. So we'll get started on this again. And also, I had taken a contract on plowed field 21. I tried the original subsoiler again, because it says you can use instead of a plow. Subsoiling, even though it says you can use instead of a plow, does not work on plowing contracts. So I ended up using the man truck and our modified subsoiler. That worked just fine. There is a reason why I did that job, because we may start buying those fields down there. With the money that we will get from the silage at the BGA if the price happens to go up. That field there's like 130, and the field next to it's like 240. I think between those two fields that were there, it's like $380,000. And those two fields we could combine. Basically, I may want to start putting some cotton in there in the future. Not right now, but in the future. That'd be a good place for a cotton field. I can put a shed next to one of those fields for our cotton. I don't know if you want to call them bales or what do you want to call them. But we can store them, and the sell point will be like right across the street. But the combine or the cotton harvester is like 400 grand, which is, yes, right now it sounds like a lot of money, but you sell our horses for $800,000, we could easily get into that. So that's why I'm kind of looking into doing something like that. The horses are going to take another 4 days, so that's why I'm kind of prepping to maybe we can start getting into some cotton. Just to mix it up on the farm, try to bring you different things to watch all the time instead of me just harvesting the same thing over and over again. More fields to give us more jobs, but the one problem I'm starting to is just the weeds. It seems like the weeds it doesn't matter, it's every cycle on the farm that we do, our fields just get infested with weeds. That's why we got the weeder. I mean, we could do herbicide, which might be faster, but it would also cost us money to keep buying herbicide and doing the fields all the time. And I have not found anywhere that says herbicide will keep the weeds not coming back as fast. I kind of asked the question on the discussion forum, and everyone's like, I don't know. So one person said, that's a good question. Let me know. Do a test. I'm like, I don't know how you can do a test because I don't know what the algorithm in the game is for the weeds coming to grow. Because it's weird. The weeds are growing in my fields, but the workers' fields did not get weeds this time. And sometimes the workers' fields get weeds and mine don't at that specific time, but they do later on. So I don't know what's going on there. But this job here that we're doing for oats, it's like $15,000 to harvest this field, and of course, obviously, any oats left over that we sell, we'll get the money from that. I was waiting for field number 8, which is corn. Usually, to harvest that field is $28,000, and of course, any extra you get is yours. And of course, bigger the field. Now, this is just my understanding. This is not true, but usually, when you take contract jobs, you got to complete 95% of the field. So obviously, the bigger the field, that 5% left over is going to be bigger than it is on a smaller field. So the bigger the field that you harvest, the more crops you're going to get left over, which means more of a profit. And of course, with our modded combine here, it certainly does speed up the process. So as you can see, our combine is nicely fully repaired. So is both of our headers. I said, "Yep, we got to keep our equipment repaired." I mean, we didn't buy this modded equipment to work faster for them to wear down and harvest slower. We're trying to save ourselves money on worker fees, which makes me want to try to find a modded weeder, which I'm sure they're out there. That will, weed at a faster pace. I mean, that's probably something I could do anyway. I mean, I don't really need a bigger weeder, but that weeds like at 6 miles an hour. I guess I could modify that myself. I mean, it's not too hard to modify the speed on the equipment. How are we doing here? 30,000. And still no rain in the forecast. I don't know. For those of you who are playing Farming Simulator, have you had rain on your on the maps you're playing on yet? I do have, as I look on Steam, yeah, you ready? 122 hours on this game, and not one drop of rain yet still. I know it does rain. I've seen people get rain, so I'm not quite sure. There's also some news on FS19. Some modded maps are, well, some modded maps are already out there, but some are just reworks and some are just like a flat map with just square fields on it and not much detail. But there are modded maps, detailed ones will be coming out. I know Oxygen David has a Britain map. Is that Manuel Manor? I think that's what it's called. Apparently that is complete and has been submitted to Giants for processing and testing, and so yeah, who knows when that will come out. There is a 4 times American map in the works. Midwest. I'm doing this off the top of my head here. Midwest. It's called the Midwest something. 4 times map. I think there's something like 82 fields on there. And I think they said something like 25 grass fields that are not fields that you can... Apparently, it's like 17. You don't have to buy the land to harvest that grass. So there's like 25 fields of grass that are not buyable or whatever. They're just like public domain, I suppose, that you can harvest grass on. I mean, don't quote me on it. I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm like, well, how is he getting around to where they're not fields so you can cut, you know, usually you got to buy the land. I have no idea. Well, I would say within the next month you're going to start seeing detailed maps starting to come out. Some really good ones. I know Black Sheep Modding's working on one as well. I mean, there's a lot of modders working on maps. But those are the ones I've kind of heard news about, so if you're starting to get tired of Ravenport and or Felsburn, we're going to start seeing modded maps come out, and then who knows. So yeah, maybe like in a month's time we might be playing on a different map. And you're wondering, what about Ravenport? Well, in a month's time, you know, I think we might, you know, this farm's starting to make a good amount of money. May not seem like when I owe $2.5 million, but we are doing rather well right now. So I think I caught you up to date of everything that I know about FS19 from when I watched some forums, read some forums, and watched some videos since the last episode. And what I've done on this farm for today. And like I said, hopefully the silage price will go up rather good. I'd like to see it get back up in the mid 300s to maybe, you know, and higher. So I'm in no rush to sell that silage at the BGA at all. Maybe if once our second bunker fills up, but that'll be like a couple days. So hopefully we can find a good price in a couple days. But for now, I want to finish this contract so we can move on to fertilizing our weeded fields down at the chicken farm. So let me get a little bit more done in this field, and I'll bring it back. Probably when we're sowing the oats. The field will be completely harvested. Yeah, we'll sell the oats. We only got to go to the ranch, which is right up there in that little hill. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. Well, just as we're about to finish harvesting the field, our helper is blocked by an object. And I know exactly where he's quote-unquote stuck up there, because it's the same spot every time. There must be something in the ground or underground. Who knows? But that concludes us harvesting this field. So there's 15 grand. Well, we got to complete the mission, which is, or contract, which is deliver some of this as well. But I should be able to get kicked out of the game. And yeah. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we should be able to complete the mission. Excuse me, contract. Yeah, I'm still saying mission once in a while. Get it all in one trailer, which is good. Make sure I hit the right button there so I can put the pipe in. Yeah, I'll just leave our harvester there for now. He's going to be stuck right up in here. I don't know what object you're being blocked by, but there must be something here that he does not like. Or she. And he may not... Yeah, blocked by an object. So what I gotta do is just get him going for a little bit. Nope, still blocked by an object. Whatever it might be. No. Where are you going, dude? Oh, he finally took off on his own? I don't know if I had him lined up right. Looks like he's good enough. It's funny, it kept saying it was blocked by an object, and I was like, okay, and I wasn't doing nothing else, and the tractor started going. I'm like, wait a minute, my foot's not in the pedal. No, I don't want that button either. I want a tab. Oh, right into the man truck. How nice. Let me double check this contract that we're doing. It is to the ranch. I mean, usually you can just check on the map, because the sell point will be blinking like that. So the ranch is kind of straight ahead, but there is no road there. Let me put the cover over the oats. We don't want them flying out. Ranch is the ranch up there on the hill. Yeah, I was watching where I was going. All of a sudden I saw the truck starting to tip. That's not good. You don't want to tip your truck when you're doing a contract. That's kind of like the worst thing you could do. Now, I haven't done it yet in 19, but I've read other people did it. When you reset your vehicle, it's like it used to be. If you reset your trailer and it's got grain in it, usually the grain disappears. So don't tip your trailer over when it's full of grain and reset it. Do what you can to get it upright or exit the game, and hopefully your last save is not after you tipped it. Anyways, we'll finish our contract. We'll get some extra cash here. So hopefully we'll get like maybe $6,000 worth of oats. Maybe. As we wait. Alright, just shy of 5,000, which is, not bad. But make sure we come here. Complete the contract, please. Thank you very much. I'm looking for field number 8 because I don't know when that contract is going to come up. But while we're in here as well, let's head on over. Silage price doing it. So it's $2.91, which is still better than what we would get the BGA. So yes, but like I said, there is no rush to sell at this point for that price. We know it's better because we saw it in the last episode. I think it was about, what, $3.65? It's almost like the game knew that I was going to have a whole bunch of silage ready to sell, and the price is dropped at the barn. Alright, so I'm going to bring the truck back to the BGA, park that, and I'll meet you down at the chicken farm. I'll go down here. I'll meet you back at the chicken farm where the case tractor is waiting for us. A little rough over the tracks. With a slurry spreader so we can get to do some fertilization again. Alright, looks like we're ready to go here. Yes, we're fertilizing some weeds. But there's barley planted here, trust me. Now I know I'm going to need about 2 tanks, including this one, so we'll get done what we can, then head back to the BGA and refill. The good news is I like fertilizing when a crop hasn't grown yet because you can see where you've been. That's always a bonus. But as soon as that Massey Ferguson is done weeding the rail yard field, he's got to come down here and do these fields, which won't take him long. But man, I wish these weeds would just not grow every cycle that we do. It's a little aggravating. But yeah, I am definitely looking with the money we're getting from the BGA, whenever that is, or the silage. I am looking to buy some fields now, depending on what kind of money we got, what fields we do buy. But that's why I plowed field number 21, I think it is. Kind of looking at doing those just to give us to work in a different part of the map. I would like to buy the other field I originally was going to buy, but that's like 450,000. And really, I would like to start getting into cotton a little bit. And I think that's something we can do kind of relatively soon, maybe. Of course, when I say soon, it could take like 8 or 9 episodes. So, I don't know. It could be when we sell the horses that we can afford to buy the harvester. And it's not just a harvester, we're going to need a trailer. The planter we kind of already got, so we're all set there. We just need a harvester and a trailer to pick up the bales, or whatever they're called. So there are those 2 fields fully fertilized. Yeah, it's too bad that it's not the same as in 17 where you hire a helper. And you could... Well, let me just double check to make sure that I'm speaking right here. So if we go here... Help refill fertilizer. Help refill slurry. Off. Buy. Off. So I cannot... In 17 you could refill from the BGA. You could refill from the cows. Which is weird. Manure off. Buy. Missing user interface. Cow manure. I'm assuming that means that it would take it from the cow pen. So hopefully that's something... I don't know if they did that on purpose, or there's a whole thing with the BGA going on. Fertilizer is off and buy, because that's... Well, that's self-explanatory, I would think. I do have 3,000 liters. We're over here, so I'm going to use that up. Go to the BGA refill. Come back here, finish off this field, which I should be able to do with one more tank. Did it before. Back with our refilled tanker. One more pass. And like I said, we should have enough digestate here to finish fertilizing the field, but it's much easier to see where you've been. There's no crops growing in it. When you're spreading digestate and slurry, I would assume slurry is the same thing. Much easier to see the lines. Even though I did miss a couple sections up there, but that's just me being me. And our worker has finished weeding the rail yard field, so after we get done here, we're going to go grab him, the Massey Ferguson, come down here, and we're going to do some weeding ourselves, instead of hiring a worker for it. And I think that's where we'll probably wrap up the episode, since the price of the silage is not going up at the barn. So no sense of rushing over there just to get a crappy price, when we know it can be so much better. So these fields, actually all of our fields, are pretty much ready to go with fertilization stages and growing. And once we get done weeding these fields, we shouldn't have to worry about weeding again until the next cycle, because that's the way it goes. So I'm going to go up and grab the Massey Ferguson, and I'll meet you back down here when we start weeding some fields. Alright, I was down here, started to weed, and I was like, why am I only doing 3 miles an hour? Then I realized, I bet you the weeder is completely in need of repair, and sure it was at 0%. So let's hope now, when I come up here, that we're not just doing 3 miles an hour anymore. At first I was blaming the Massey Ferguson. I'm like, come on, you got the horsepower. Ah, there we go. 6, almost 7 miles an hour. That's much better. And you may think, well, it's only 2 miles an hour, but 4 to 6, that's a 50% increase in speed. So that's quite a bit. But anyways, I think it's time we maybe do a little time lapse, and we'll weed these fields. So yeah, I'll catch you on the other side. Seems like this last strip is just wide enough where I can't get it all. I have to make one more pass. But all of our fields are looking good. Well, I assume they are. They should be. And they'll be ready for harvest in the next day. Our egg pallets, the 2 egg pallets that we have, obviously the original one that we did, that's full. And the one that is sitting next to the egg pallets where they spawn, that is full. I'm starting to pile up some boxes again because I thought I was going to buy reusable pallets. But, yeah, I don't have reusable pallets in the game apparently. So I'll have to see if I can find version 1.0.4 for the egg pallets. Or maybe a new version will come out to where it shows the boxes going in. I have no idea. But all of our fields are looking good. I'll park this over here because these guys kind of need to go back to the BGA. The BGA has kind of become our main farm area-ish. But what I do want to come in here and see, all looking good. No weeds, no weeds, no weeds, no weeds, which is fine. Plow field 11 for 14,000. I mean, I guess I could use the man truck and our plow and put it on a worker and get paid that while no harvesting field number 8 yet. So yeah, maybe in the meantime, I mean, I guess I could, I mean, it's really not plowing someone else's field. I don't know if it's worth it, but I mean, I could definitely use a worker to do that. I still make money. So the money here at the the barn, waiting for that to go up. The wool is not a bad price, but I'll kind of wait in that. Egg prices, I mean, this 3,580 is not a bad price, really. Maybe we'll see what the restaurant goes up to. But I think next episode, either I'm going to fast forward some time, maybe do a contract here or there in between if I feel like it. But hopefully the barn price goes up. And if the wool price goes up or the egg price goes up, we'll probably do a lot of selling. And more than likely, you know, like I said, we could be buying these 2 pieces of land right here. I mean, I can show you this one here. Goes for actually it's almost 150. This one here, I got to buy the restaurant. I mean, it's all this extra land here. There's trees here, so I guess I could cut some down and get some money off that. But that's 227. And that's 280. 202. I don't want to buy, if I'm going to buy 2 fields, I want to buy them next to each other so we can start. What I would like to do is make this right here, all one field. And we can do cotton in it. And the spinnery's right there. You know, I can put a shed like right in here and we can put our bales or whatever they call it. Actually, we can probably tell what they're called. Cotton technology. Yeah, bale collector eases the collection of bales. So they're calling them bales. The bales, though, are 20,000 liters. So, yeah, that's something that we could be getting into sometime soon. We'll start buying some of that land, but our fields are fully fertilized. They're full of weeds, yeah, full of non-weeds. And, yeah, so we're just waiting for them to turn over, waiting for the price of the barn to go up, and hopefully next episode we'll have some cash and maybe expand the farm. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.